The COVID-19 pandemic is over, but in the aftermath, many in the disability world are still suffering. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 5 people who have had a COVID-19 infection still report symptoms of long COVID. These afflicted find themselves unable to work, take care of their families, and in some cases, themselves.
Long COVID is, broadly speaking, the signs, symptoms, and conditions that continue after a COVID-19 infection. Some of the common symptoms are cognitive impairment, debilitating fatigue, widespread pain throughout the body, chronic headaches. It can, quite frankly, be terrifying because it's difficult to diagnose, difficult to manage, and in many instances just explain. It's very disruptive and can impact all facets of their daily life.
When I first got COVID for 2 months, I had residual lung issues, and it wasn't until I tried to go back to work that I couldn't remember people. I couldn't remember tasks that I was in the middle of doing. I'm normally a very stoic person. I've been through a lot in my life. With COVID, I couldn't help myself. I would find myself sitting on the side of the road bawling because I forgot where I was. There's also a stigma associated with long COVID. I was afraid if I ever got better, nobody would ever trust me to run their business.
The difficulty that patients with long COVID face when they're seeking disability benefits is a lot of doctors don't understand long COVID. They don't know how to diagnose it. It takes time for a doctor to actually understand what they're going through. And then even more so, it's hard for those doctors to translate those symptoms into disability. The insurance companies don't hire doctors who specialize in long COVID, and a lot of them aren't even familiar with this medical condition. These symptoms are difficult to prove, and the insurance company pushes back on that and doesn't want to pay.
A lot of the reasons these problems exist is because of ERISA.
ERISA is a federal law that was created by Congress in 1974. It stands for the Employee Retirement Income Security Act.
The intent and purpose was to protect working class Americans, specifically their employee benefits.
But unfortunately, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? And so there was a lot of things that were taken away.
Typically, one would have the ability to file a lawsuit against an insurance company and conduct discovery. In many ERISA cases, you cannot do that. You cannot also, in many cases, have a jury trial. That defendant insurance company is going to be given deference by the federal judge. A fancy way of saying the scales of justice is tipped in favor of the insurance company, and the plaintiff has an extraordinarily high burden of proof.
Once you step into court, in most cases, you cannot provide any new evidence. You cannot testify. Your doctors cannot testify. You cannot provide new medical evidence or new testing to support your disability. It's literally David versus Goliath.
When insurance denied my claim, I thought my only option was to not work anymore. I don't believe it's accidental. I believe they deny everybody, and you have to be savvy enough to fight them to get what you're entitled to.
ERISA is complicated. If you don't have an attorney who has dedicated his or her entire legal career to getting into all the layers of what I call that ERISA onion, then you really have an uphill battle. I can't stress enough how important it is to find an attorney with expertise in ERISA.
The work that we do with Dabdoub Law is extremely important because we meet people in a crisis. We want insurance companies to know that they cannot take advantage of people who are disabled. Our mission is to help those who are disabled to fight for their benefits and to try to change the law in a way that evens the playing field for those who are entitled to these disability benefits.
Since its inception, Dabdoub Law Firm has been dedicated to representing people with disability claims with insurance companies nationwide. With their highly specialized focus, Dabdoub Law Firm has a proven track record of success and millions of dollars in disability benefits paid to their clients.
Early in my career, I represented a man who was disabled due to chronic back pain. Despite that, the insurance company terminated his benefits. I saw how it impacted not just him as an individual, but his entire family. I represented him, I built up a case, and I took on the insurance company, and we got his benefits back. Dabdoub Law Firm was built from the ground up to be a disability insurance law firm that specializes in ERISA, representing people, not insurance companies. It's all we do.
Disability hits close to home. My father-in-law became disabled at 28 years old, and he had to fight for his benefits for years. Knowing that I'm helping somebody like him is important because these people who get sick, they've lost their career, they've lost their financial situation. A lot of people are at their end of the rope. It's really important to reach out if you're in need and you're disabled and you need help with your benefits.
These insurance companies do not give up money easily. You have to get somebody to help you. There's a lot of attorneys out there that'll take your money, but don't specialize in any one thing. You need a specialist. If it wasn't for Dabdoub, I would not have ever been able to afford to get better.
We hope to bring about change in this area of the law by winning cases in court. And when you win a case, you use the case as precedent to win your next case. And the law evolves and you win another case. And we hope that 10, 20 years from now, we look back and we have changed the law to level the playing field and make it fundamentally fair. As an attorney that has dedicated my entire legal career to this practice area, I have helped hundreds of people collect disability benefits from insurance companies. You don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to Dabdoub Law Firm. We can help.
Visit us online at longtermdisability.net.